Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Johnson from CT Liberty Rally and Connecticut Parents Groups. How's it going? I am actually needing your help today. I'm just going to reiterate a little bit about the fundraiser that I launched and why I need you to give and why it's important that you help. So some of you might know that Unmask Our Kids CT and CT Liberty Rally generated this huge email list and a lot of people that when there's a bad bill or something going on around the state that we want thousands of people to be aware of. There's actually over 22,000 email subscribers. So, I see it as this huge resource. And, when I send out an email, like, you got like something like over 10,000 people will open it. So, and also I'm trying to plan a couple of events for this year, at least 2 events. There's, could be the early June could be the makeup for the brewery event. And also I'm looking at another brewery in early August to have a fun CT Liberty night too. So I'm trying to plan at least those 2 events, and it's going to cost like hundreds of dollars to put deposits down on those 2 places. And I said this before, but I'm just going to say it again. Like, I've already put in this year, the last 5 months, like over $1,000 self-funding this thing, and it's like unsustainable for my budget and my family's budget. I don't mind helping out on it when I can, or also putting the time in to do this and to maintain the Facebook groups and the pages and all the social media accounts on Twitter and Instagram and all the places where, and also we have a website, like all those places where CT Liberty Rally and Connecticut Parents are hosted. But, on the financial end, I'm hoping that another 80 people will give $20. If you can give 5 or 10 or 20 or 50, maybe you can even give 100, right? I'd really like to fill this fundraiser up because I want the work to continue to go forward. And I just need your help to do it. And whether it's planning some fun events or kind of like taking it to the phones and the inboxes into the streets on issues or bad bills coming out that we want to make thousands of people aware of so that they can reach out to their legislators. All those things are possible because we pay for the bills of this thing. And that might not be so sexy to hear, but that's like just the nuts and bolts of having this grassroots organization and what it takes to keep it going. But really, like, going forward here, we're also trying to plan some fun events. And it's like when the funding's tapped out and I'm not like there to be able to be like, okay, I'm going to put in X number of hundreds more dollars on these events and just hope that everything's going to work out over the next 6 months. I mean, I could do that, but when I already put enough money in, I'm trying to, at least like see some support here to put forward the effort and to keep it going. So again, this isn't about making money. I don't make any money from this. I don't take a salary. I don't get paid hourly. I don't take a cut or a percentage of anything like that comes in as far as like ticket sales or giving to this fundraiser. But it really just kind of tries to break even and pay for itself, pay this thing for it to exist, pay for itself. If there's more funding, there's plenty more things that we could do and I would like to do. Like, I'd like to see the CT Business Coalition really get off the ground this year and plan a dedicated small business event this year. So I'd like to do that this fall. But again, it's going to take your support, your help, giving at the fundraiser, and then hopefully coming out to these events that get planned in order to see that happen. So if you're willing to, please give today. If you could be one of 80 people to give $20 or whatever you can afford to give, it's appreciated. Keeps this thing going. I have the fundraiser givesendgo.com/CT-parents. That's where you can give. Really appreciate it. I'd like to, literally there's a date locked in of August 2nd. If I can put $900 on this thing tomorrow, right? Today. And, you could have June 7th at the truck bar. Could put, talk to them already about that as well. It needs $350 to go. Not to mention how much it costs monthly for this thing to go as well, for the website. The email hosting is really expensive. I know that doesn't sound like such an interesting thing that's like, oh wow, but it supports all the other effort that we're doing, also what other groups are doing. Because if I see something like the Yankee Institute made this great website about a whole list of bad bills this year, all itemized up, we don't have to recreate the wheel, try to put that on our website. We can literally just email over 22,000 people and say, hey, check out what these guys are doing. If you want to speak out against bad bills, everything's already built on this. So it's about our self-generated things that we're doing, but also supporting other organizations with this email list. And here's the other thing I'll mention as well. There was a petition site where I was hosting a number of petitions that generated all these email lists. And I actually had to stop that service because it just is not being funded, right? It's like not, but down in the future, we'd like to relaunch that. And hopefully, if there is another issue where a petition might help generate signatures, generate interest, create awareness, be a resource for maybe even legislators to be like, hey, here's these X number of hundreds of people or thousands of people that have signed a petition against this action that's going on in the state. It's available for them. So it's like, I'd rather push forward than keep having to reel things back. In the past, I have shut off the email list hosting, which again, I know this email list hosting thing doesn't sound like this really interesting thing, right? But it really drives all the rest of the actions of our group, because it's got 22,000 email subscribers, and it's also the biggest expense of this organization at this point, is to pay for this thing to be maintained so that it's available for us to hit send, boop, whenever we want to reach thousands of people on an issue. So hoping that you'll support. That's the, you know, the spirit and the heart behind the fundraiser, what I'm trying to continue to do here in the state of Connecticut. So hey, thanks for your support, you guys, and may God continue to bless our efforts. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks.